Clark from the logo.
Good look, and Stokey secures the board. I thought she got foul going up on that.
40 seconds on the Clark.
And here is Clark for a three. Clark reads it to 5.
She took the bump right there defensively. Got McKenna Warnock in the air.
Clark at the logo. Book it! Another logo shot for number 22. Clark. Step back three. Got it!
How you doing? This is Black Shy Guy here. Welcome to another YouTube video, and as always, we're gonna dive in to a very interesting topic. But before we go into it, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and thank you for your support. And as always, thank you for sitting at my table. We're gonna talk about the WNBA, and I'm also gonna give my take on what Caitlin Clark, and I'm not just going to mention Caitlin Clark, okay? I'm going to mention Cameron Brick, Camila Cardoza, Sheldon, and Angel Reese, because they also need to be mentioned, because what a lineup of girls we have for the NBA draft. And Martin also got drafted in the second round. So big ups to her as well. But we are going to basically discuss what these girls mean for the WNBA and why girls who are hating on them, and I'm not going to say they're straight hating on them. You can have your opinion if you was a WNBA player, basically a legend in the game. You can have your opinion. But Taurasi, the way she gave her opinion, especially after she was basically watching the game on one of her live sessions, and basically said that she would not pick Caitlin Clark over another player. I'm not trying to say the other player was insignificant, but if you've been paying attention to the NCAA games that Caitlin Clark was involved, you definitely have to go with Caitlin Clark. So I don't know what Taurasi was thinking. So combine that with what she said afterwards when it comes to them transitioning into the WNBA, it seems like a lot of hate. That's why a lot of people are hating on the fact that Taurasi said that. You know what I mean? It was a combined effort towards what she said last time. And what these WNBA players who used to be in the profession, what they're doing by causing this, I would just say it's a fake uproar, because they really didn't say they hate Caitlin Clark. They didn't say that. I mean, obviously, Taurasi has an attitude. She always has an attitude. She always had that rambunctious attitude. She always got in fights, etc. So that's just Taurasi. But I still didn't like what she said. But there's a time and a place, and I think that rings true when it comes to the WNBA and these girls that are representing the 2024 draft. There's a time and a place to say certain things, and I don't think what Taurasi said was the right time. You know what I mean? And what she said wasn't all that bad, but combined with what she said previously, it looked bad when you put them together. There's a time and a place to say certain things, and that was not the time, especially now that your sport that you used to play is getting such recognition because of the very girl everyone is saying that you're hating on. Caitlin Clark has brought such a atmosphere that goes beyond reason when it comes to the WNBA. I mean, the fans in the Indiana Stadium going crazy just because of a draft. Obviously, Caitlin Clark being drafted #1, obviously. Just because of a draft is just mind-boggling. And then you got Cameron being drafted #2 right behind her, and Cameron looked extremely gorgeous that night. She was just beautiful. And Reese obviously was beautiful. But I was gonna say something about Reese, but I'm gonna keep it peaceful in this freaking YouTube video right here. I'm gonna keep it peaceful. I'm gonna keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? All the girls were astronomically, insanely beautiful. Caitlin Clark sported Prada that night. She looked amazing. But the WNBA has reached, has a, I mean, I think they have a phenom. I believe Caitlin Clark is a mega star. I believe Caitlin Clark can really push the WNBA to its pinnacle. What happens after Caitlin Clark? I hope the WNBA stays popular, because everybody's going to be watching the WNBA this year. Everybody's going to be watching women's basketball this year, without a doubt. Caitlin Clark's jersey, I am going to show you. Caitlin Clark's jersey has sold out everywhere. Everywhere. It's sold out everywhere. Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever jersey sold out so quickly after the WNBA draft. Every size sold out. Small, extra small, large, double XL, triple XL, every single jersey. I went on the jersey because look how amazing these jerseys look. Amazing. I'm definitely gonna cop one. Definitely. Obviously, I might have to get a medium because I believe women clothing runs extra small. But and men, I wear a small, so I think I'll get a medium when it comes to the women's jersey. Definitely. But look how nice this jersey looks already. I thought she was gonna be wearing number 1. I don't know if that number 1 on that jersey they represented to her on stage was the fact that she was drafted number 1, so they had the number 1 on the jersey, or she was gonna wear number 1, but she's wearing number 22, and obviously it's only right for her to be wearing number 22. So I'm glad she's keeping that number, and I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for her jersey. And a lot of these jerseys are going on sale, which is, if you pre-order the jerseys now, if you manage to get a pre-order, because everything is sold out, if you pre-order a jersey now, you will get it after October 27 of 2024. Do you see the pandemonium? That's the possibility of when you get in the jersey because of how they backed up they are. It is crazy. Caitlin Clark is such a phenom. I mean, I have never seen a star of this magnitude. And I might be, you guys may be calling me crazy, or maybe saying I think you're pushing the boundaries now, Shy Guy. But I've never seen a star of this magnitude ever since Michael Jordan. And we had a lot of stars. The fact that this star, and a lot of people may say, oh, she doesn't deserve this much stardom, this much attention or whatever, but she does. She earned it. She had a fantastic career in college. Fantastic, that just ended, and now she's taking her talents to the WNBA, and hopefully the first year, I really believe that she'll push that team over 500. I really believe she'll push that team over 500. A lot of people are saying that the Indiana Fevers is only going to be a 500 winning team, but they could still make the playoffs at 500. So the fact that they can still make the playoffs at 500, that's still significant compared to what they were last year when they won only, 7 games? I can be lying. They were the worst team. They were the worst team. Now they got Caitlin Clark. And I'm not going to lie, with Chicago having Cardozo in them. Chicago got, oh my God, they got Camila Cardozo and they got Angel Reese. That's going to be a squad. That's going to be a pretty decent squad. But, hey, Indiana got Caitlin Clark, the number 1 draft pick. What's going on now when it comes to the WNBA? Because there's a lot of people complaining about the pay of the WNBA. The WNBA salary is stupid. I can't believe these girls are not getting paid this much. I can't believe they're only getting paid that much and this and that and the third. A lot of bullshit. And I'm going to say, the reason I'm saying it's a lot of bullshit, and I'm going to say, this is why Taurasi needs to keep her mouth shut. For now, you want to critique Caitlyn? Wait till the season starts, because you never know how she's going to transition. What if she shuts your ass up and she gets a fantastic year and wins Rookie of the Year? What are you gonna say then? The thing is, keep your mouth shut, because she's basically booming the sport that you were in. Absorb the energy, praise the energy, go along with it, go along with the ride. Everybody's getting on the train. Why are you not on it? Everybody's complaining about the salary. This is what's needed to raise up the salary of the WNBA. A woman of this magnitude can raise up the salary of the entire league. She's already drove up the ticket sales when it comes to the Indiana Fevers, and the tickets are sold out. That's the impact Caitlin Clark is doing for the WNBA, and you can't deny that. It's a fact. And let's say she wins Rookie of the Year. Let's go astronomical. Let's say she wins the championship. The WNBA will be in the stratosphere. The fact that so many players will be noticed because of Caitlin Clark, because you gotta admit it, there's other players. I mean, we definitely want to see what Cardoza does in Chicago. We definitely want to see what Brick does. We want to see all those players shine. But obviously, we all know, and it's kind of ludicrous to deny the fact that Caitlin Clark is the drive to all this pandemonium that's going on with the ladies that been drafted, and also with the WNBA significance, and also with the publicity, the commercials. All of that is booming now. The ticket sales are rising. It's amazing. It's so good to see that the WNBA is getting the attention they so rightly deserve. They've been insignificant for too long. It was getting to the point of, why had the WNBA? Now finally what do you think Dawn Staley is giving Caitlin Clark so much praise? Because Dawn Staley knows. Dawn Staley's been in the league for a long time. She sees the change. She's like, wow, it has never been like this when I was playing. Thank God for this woman who's bringing us this publicity. Dawn Staley praised Caitlin Clark for the simple fact that she gave Dawn Staley's team an opportunity to perform in front of millions of people. Dawn Staley is a smart, business-like woman. And that's what she's saying all of that about Caitlin Clark, because she knows it's just going to bring more people in, Taurasi. Let's go to the WNBA salary, which in 2023, a WNBA player made $113,295. That was their base salary. Right? What is the highest WNBA salary? Sheldon is slotted to make $324,000 for over 4 years, an average of $81,905 per season, which is a significant, decent amount for a sport that hasn't been getting a lot of attention. For everybody that's complaining on why these ladies are getting this little, it's because the sport has not been getting any notoriety. You know how much that can change with the arrival of Caitlin Clark, and if Caitlin Clark becomes a success in the WNBA? Because obviously it's going to be impacted greatly if she's a bust. Obviously it will be a negative impact. It will be such a downside, but there will still be a chance for the WNBA to succeed if Brick succeeds, if Angel Reese succeeds, if Cardoza succeeds. There's been a lot of great potentials in that draft that Caitlin brought the opportunity for the other peoples to witness, the other players. Hopefully Caitlin Clark is not a bust. I believe she's not going to be a bust at all. She's dangerous. dangerous in transition. She can develop plays for other players because she's such a danger from deep. She's an amazing passer, which, believe it or not, she doesn't get enough credit for. What does Caitlin Clark mean for the WNBA? She means their survival. I'm going to tell you that right now. She means their survival. I mean, I'm just being honest. If Caitlin Clark was not around, when did the Caitlin Clark fever start? The Caitlin Clark fever started about, I would say, obviously before COVID, but it really ramped up during that time as well. Caitlin Clark has me going crazy. I love watching her play. She's such an aura of great presence, and the way she handles all the questions, the way she represents herself, the way she loves the game, the respect she gives her fans, the respect she has for the kids that just climb all over her when they're near her just to get an autograph. She's such a star that you could, there's no choice but to love her. There's no choice. And for the WNBA, the only negative impact I'm gonna cause in this YouTube video is what I'm gonna say. Dawn Staley was asked a question, and I'm not gonna get into it. We all know what Dawn Staley said towards that question when it comes to trans people playing in the WNBA. That would be a highly big mistake if that ever happens, especially with the high publicity WNBA is getting now. If they ever allow trans players to play in the WNBA, you will lose almost half of your fans. The new generated fans that you got because of Caitlin Clark, you will lose them. You will lose them. You think they want to see a guy dunking on Caitlin Clark? You think they want to see that? No, they're not going to want to see that. God forbid the guy injures her. Or injures Injuries. Or injures Cardoza. Or injures Brick. Or even injure Martin. You're going to have pandemonium. Within the media, within the sports industry, because believe it or not, social media runs the media now. All these bloggers, all these YouTubers, all these short podcasts, they run the media now. They're gonna take the story and run with it and destroy the WNBA. The last thing the WNBA needs to get involved with is idling within the question of allowing trans players to play within their sport. That's the last thing they need. Especially with the positivity Caitlin Clark is providing for the WNBA. Everybody's going crazy on how much Caitlin Clark may be getting paid. Just in endorsements alone, I guarantee Caitlin Clark is going to get over $500,000. Just in endorsements alone. So Caitlin Clark is well off. She's going to make more money off endorsements than any WNBA contract can offer her right now. And if Caitlin Clark, and I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to predict this right now. If Caitlin Clark has a fantastic rookie season, she will be the highest paid WNBA player in the league. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. There's no question. Without a doubt. I believe Caitlin Clark should be cherished right now. The same way Michael Jordan was cherished, the same way Michael Jordan was protected, the same way Michael Jordan couldn't do any wrong. Right now, Caitlin Clark needs that protection. Caitlin Clark needs that protection. Because without Caitlin Clark, and I'm sorry to say, just to keep it 100 here in Chi-Town, without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA cannot succeed. So they need to ride the Caitlin Clark train as long as possible within her career so they could boom not only the salary of the rest of the players, but to boom the publicity of the WNBA so it can rise and be successful even after the Caitlin Clark ceremony which allows whatever team she ends her career with to hang up her jersey. This is Black Shy Guy, and as always, thank you for sitting at my table. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, and also make sure you hit the notification button to get notified for any upcoming new videos. I'm out of here. Hey!
Arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of a suicidal maniac.